Snap. Subject change.
And we're going to table that one because I think that's an entirely different conversation, but I'm glad you broached that because we could spend hours and hours and hours, pros and cons for that particular issue.
That's the reason I was saying, let's change the subject now.
Yes. But I thank you for contributing. I think that's important to have heard.
Because we don't want men to keep...
No, we're going to go on to... Let's go to something less controversial. Bill Cosby.
He's a rapist now.
Yeah, stepping down from Temple University, the Board of Trustees. How many women does it have come up to him now?
I don't know.
I lost count after 22.
Here, madam, my yellow pudding.
Oh, man. And I feel sorry. I feel sorry for Bill now. I think mainly because he got caught. Bill, when he was doing it, if the allegations are legally true and everything else, what a dummy. Okay? I mean, but again, that's taking advantage of your position and influencing people around you for your own whims.
I have no idea. I really don't. I've not heard any news on this. The only reason I know what you're talking about is because I was in line at Walmart yesterday and then again this morning and saw it on the National Enquirer and this other news agency and Entertainment Weekly. And the only reason I know what you're talking about is just by seeing something.
It's just exposure. That's the problem. Is yellow dog journalism. It is just so overdrawn. He actually, from what I understand, he's actually had several interviews where he has just stopped him and says, "I'm not answering, no comment." And I think that's the smartest thing he can do. If they're going to pursue this, legally, let the attorneys deal with it. Okay, don't get somebody on that you're coming to basically bait and switch them for an interview when you're trying to be something positive to say. I say, by the way, how many women did you rape this last 10 years of your life? It kind of screws up the whole Mark Twain Award, doesn't it? It's very catastrophic in their decision making when some journalists just kind of have a little less respect for them, the people than their medium. And so that's just my opinion on it. Because we don't know what's going to happen with this.
Yeah, as
long as they don't convene another grand jury, that's all I got to say. I'm tired of that too.
No comment. My personal belief, and I have some very strong beliefs on this subject, not this particular matter, but the subject in general, rape and rapists.
Right.
If he did it, he needs to be taken to the full extent of the law.
Right.
But I think sometimes, celebrities are put in a position where they can look worse than what really goes on.
Right.
Because people want to milk them for their earnings, their money, their status. And then other times, other celebrities get away with it because they have that status.
Right.
So, it's really a slippery, double-sided coin.
Yeah. Accountability versus abuse.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is.
Because I'm sure there are... It really is a slippery, double-sided coin because on one hand, he could have done this and gotten away with it because he was Bill Cosby. On the other hand, these people could have simply, put him in a position where he is just being Bill Cosby and they're either looking into it too much or, they're trying
to take advantage of
him,
the situation. Yeah, you're right.
It's going along that vein. This comes right off of the heels of, I forget the actor's name. There's a guy who played the father and also, therefore, the pastor on Seventh Heaven. It came out that he was a child molester.
Same thing. Yeah,
and not just rumored, confirmed.
Mm-hmm.
So far, from what I understand, none of these cases of these women coming forth have been confirmed.
Yeah, that's my understanding. It's still allegations. Yeah.
So far, we're at the point where it's still allegations. And
when it comes down to it, the media, of course, as always, as they have in the last 20 years, is taking things just way too far,
And in response to that very same vein, what can we say, when the media just blows everything up about, when you take off your helmet after a long day of, shooting things up for the Empire, and you turn out your stormtrooper is a black guy. Any comment about John Boyega's position in the new Star Wars movie?
Well, from my understanding, and there's not a lot known, he is actually playing a main character. And he's supposedly incognito a la, Luke Skywalker as a stormtrooper.
Right.
And if that's the case, I think, great. He's a black main character in a Star Wars movie.
Yes.
Fan-frickin-tastic.
Yep.
If he's not, if he is a stormtrooper, fantastic. We're in a galaxy that has multiple species of multiple colors, of multiple humanoid looks, and we're worried about... I don't think the people out in the Empire and Galaxy are worried about skin color as much as we here are on Earth. I mean, you've got Twi'leks and Ewoks that come in every spectrum of the color, and not a single person in the Empire cares.
No, not a bit. Tribbles are tribbles.
The Empire went from being a white guy to a pasty, gray, old, wrinkly bastard. And nobody cared.
Well, I'm sure he cared.
Well, yeah, because he got hit with lightning. But...
Comments, Keith? You just got that look on your face of utter disgust.
Well, I find it... Who made this comment now?
Lots of people.
People have been making this comment ever since they revealed the initial photos with the new Star Wars information coming out.
Yeah, that just bothers me. Ignoring completely the fact that, it fits into the universe. What's more disturbing is the fact that people have trouble with the black man being a stormtrooper.
I mean, for fuck's sake. Pardon me, you're probably going to edit that out, but that's okay. In the prequel trilogy, the clones, they were cloned from a not-so-white guy.
True.
He's an Australian, but he's, if I'm not mistaken, he's part Aboriginal and part Hispanic.
Yeah.
And he's not so white.
Would Mace Windu constitute a main character?
Mace Windu would, but he's Samuel L. Jackson.
Okay, well, let's just say Lando Calrissian from the original.
Okay.
Lando. Okay, you can't get more black than Billy D.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sam J.
was still there.
Yeah, he's pretty black. He is pretty, and he is black.
There you go.
Not to mention Darth Vader's voice is black.
Oh, of course! How could we forget that?
But no, what I find more troubling is the fact that people are getting off in a twist about a black man being a stormtrooper.
Yeah.
I think that has much less to do about the movie itself and about their own particular racial ideologies.
Yeah.
See, and I've read a couple of comments, and I ended up stopping reading them because I was getting so irritated. Because it was coming from both sides of the spectrum.
That's the problem.
You had a handful of people saying it makes no sense for a black man to be a stormtrooper. Why the hell not? And then from the other side of the spectrum, why is a stormtrooper got to be a black man? Is it slavery of some sort? I'm like, are you freaking serious? You can't make anybody happy in this damn world.
No, nobody's happy. Well, especially Harrison Ford, since he broke his leg on set.
Well,
that sucks.
Yeah.
And they actually had to rewrite some of the scenes, from my understanding, just to allow him time to heal.
However, did you not just completely have a total nerdgasm when you saw the Millennium Falcon?
No, I didn't. I didn't.
It was sweet.
I had a complete nerdgasm when I saw that lightsaber, that bastard sword with the broad, hilt. I geeked out over that.
Well, I geeked out over the whole damn thing.
True. But, everyone kept talking about the X-Wings and the TIE Fighters and the Millennium Falcon, and I was all about that lightsaber.
Dude, all I can say is Andy Serkis, in the little suit, is not only is he the narrator for that intro on that trailer, which everybody thought it was Cumberbatch, but it's not. He's already openly said, no, it wasn't me. Andy Serkis says, yeah, that was me. So the voice of Gollum over here, sounding all evil again, and then now he's actually playing one of the Sith characters.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe with some camera angles, maybe they can make him a little taller.
we probably need to discuss this later on.
Okay.
As another, because I could keep going on this whole topic.
Well, I just wanted to bring up some interesting things about Star Wars because I thought that was a lighter topic,
Well, not so much. Rape versus race?
Well, what can I say? We get into the middle of
They're
all
dark
kinds
topics.
of things. There we go, regarding
But,
topics.
Basically, it seems like every single aspect of the news is just something about the underside of humanity.
It is.
Amen.
It is. You know.
Sorry,
But,
I said amen. That's a bash of Christians.